Alright, Shalom, this is your brother Shamar from the Phoenix camp. With that being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Kakadash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the brothers that are doing this work of true sincerity. Jump right to the lesson. This is Hosea 12:16. It says, "And he spake a parable unto him, saying, This is Yahweh Shai speaking, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentifully. And he thought with himself, saying, What shall I do, because I have no room with to bestow my fruits? Then he said, This will I do. I will pull down my barns, and will build greater, and there will bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say to my soul, that was much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry." So that describes about a man trusting in his riches, or in monetary wealth, or in possessions. Basically what that always leads to is a downfall, man. And that's been evident in these in you Jake, man. When you Jake get money and riches, when you get it by wicked means, because you're getting it by selling out to the devil. You're selling out to what they call the industry, which is controlled by the devil, controlled by Satan, the adversary. You think you're in a good case, man. But what you fail to recognize is that those riches were given to you for your destruction. And that's why you see so many so-called rappers, these Jake rappers, being brought to judgment before the Lord, man, in the terms of them being uh, uh, shot, killed, murdered. They don't die of old age. What I'm trying to say, they die a live fast, die young type lifestyle, man. Because they promote wickedness, man. Because ultimately, that's what they're doing. They sold out to the left-hand side to promote wickedness, man. And they have no knowledge. They have no thoughts of the Most High and the things that they're doing. Because what they're saying and what they're doing in the music is totally wrong, man. It's totally off. Therefore, the Lord brings judgment upon these men and women. And we've seen that happen, man. Brothers make videos about it, and it's because they get a little bit of monetary wealth, for a season, but are they gonna be able to enjoy it? Because the Lord says to them, the Lord pretty much tells them, hey, your soul's required, man. Your soul's required for the wickedness that you have done. So let's get a few scripts. I'm gonna keep on going. I'm going to start back again at 12 and 19. Luke 12:19. It says, "And I will say to my soul, soul that was much goods laid up for many years, take that ease, eat, drink, and be merry." And just because they get, a fat stack of cash or a big wad of cash, which is really nothing compared to what these devils have, compared to what the elites have, it's because you can finally buy an expensive car, so-called expensive car, or expensive house, so-called expensive house, because these beauty houses ain't nothing out here, and all these things aren't made to last. So there's really no value in none of the things that these people are pursuing. They think they're in a good case, so they continue to do wickedness because that's how they got their riches to begin with, by doing wickedness. Well, let's go to verse 20. "But Yahweh said unto him, Thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then who shall those things be which thou hast provided?" And it's been shown that a lot of these record companies, they have life insurance policies on these entertainers, and so basically they profit off of your death, and they profit off of your wickedness, and they profit off your death when they no longer need you. So it's a scam, man. It's a system set up for the destruction of the so-called Black, Latino, Native American, mentally, spiritually, and physically. Because they promote drug use, which destroys your body. They promote a more immoral lifestyle, which destroys your mentality and destroys your spirit. So the enemy is doing what he's doing best, being adverse or against you, and he's doing it by you sell out Jake promoting this wicked ass music. So let's get a few precepts with Hosea 2 and 8. Like I said, brothers made videos about this already. But these are the scriptures that I was meditating upon. I came across as is from an inspiration from the Beatles. I saw those brothers made. So let's get Hosea 2 and 8. And it says, well, I'll start at verse, Salak. This is speaking about Israel being idolatrous. Let me start here, Salak. It says, Hosea 2 and 5, it says, for the mother has played the harlot, she that conceived them has done shamefully. For she said, I will go after my lovers that give me bread and my water, and my wool, my flax, my oil, and my drink. And that's what, and this is speaking about Israel as a whole in their pursuit of their idolatry and harlotry and their sin against the Lord, you know. But this can also be applied to the sellout Israelite, the sellout the sellout Black, Latino, Native American, selling their souls, so to speak, you know, metaphorically, because they can't really sell their soul because all souls belong to the Lord. Basically selling out, you know, to this devil. And what they're doing is a form of idolatry, you know, because they're bowing down to this devil, the god of the gatekeeper of the riches of the world, you know, and that's proven in the New Testament. When Yahushua was tempted by Satan, it was shown that he was the gatekeeper of all the riches of the world, and to bow down to him was as the way to gain access to him. And that's what these jakes are doing, man. They're bowing down to the devil to gain access to those riches. So I must go back to this. Hosea 2 and 5, for the mother that played the harlot, she that conceived them has done shamefully. She said, I will go after my lovers that gave me bread and my water, my wool, and my flax, my oil, my drink. Because they provide all these things for you, man. It says, therefore, behold, I will hedge up thy way with thorns, and make a wall that she shall not find her paths, because it all leads to destruction. And she shall follow after her lovers, but she shall not overtake them. She shall seek them, but shall not find them. They shall say, I will go and return to my first husband, but then it was better with me than now. And that's what Jake does, man. You know, they want to go experience the world in forms of idolatry, and then when they don't work out for them, you know, they want to go back to the Lord. And these wicked ass women do that too. You know, when they commit adultery against their husbands, you know, because they think they know better, they think they got it all figured out. You know, they'll try to go back to that husband or that stable condition, that stable situation. You know, and that just proves the wickedness of your women. But that's another topic. Verse 8, for she did not know that I gave her corn and wine and oil and multiplied the silver and gold which they prepared for balls. So the point I'm trying to make is, man, is that these jakes, they pursue idolatry. They pursue bowing down to this devil to gain these riches, and they see that the riches of the world as their savior, or what's going to get them out from all the curses. But the thing is that we're not going to get out the curses, man. The best thing for us to do is to follow the Lord. You know, we were that adulterous woman. We were that harlot, and we were unfaithful to the Most High. That's why we were in the condition that we're in. That's why, you know, that's why we're in that state of lowliness right now to this day and age. And that's why we're waiting for Yahushua to get us out of this captivity. Because guess what, man? You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it, man. You're not gonna do as good as the so-called white man. You're not gonna be in his circles. You're not gonna gain his wealth. This system is designed for you not to do so. And that's evident every time that Jake tried to come up, it was destroyed by the devil. You know, Black Wall Street was is an example of that, among many other things, man. Where they saw Jake being too self-sufficient, where they saw Jake being too self-sufficient, they came and by their schemes, scams, and plots and conspiracies, came and destroyed that self-sufficiency. Because for one thing, it's not the will of the Most High for Jake to be prosperous here in America. That's why Micah 2 and 10 said, this is not our rest. Because another thing, we are under the curses. So that wasn't going to be allowed, man. Because that wasn't the will of the Most High for us to gain prosperity here. Let's go to Proverbs 1 and 32. It's a real quick lesson. So like your, excuse my coffee, got a bit of a fever, flu, whatever. This is Proverbs 1 and 32. And it says, for the turning away the simple, and that's what they do. They turn away from what, they probably came from, they probably had some type of moral or religious upbringing, knowing right and wrong, and they turn away from that to follow, the so-called thug culture. For the turning away the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. To get the prosperity, the complacency, prosperity of fools shall destroy them. So what they think is them being a good case or them making it. It's all for their destruction. It's all for their destruction, man. Let's get Jeremiah 17:11. This is Jeremiah 17 and 11, and it says, as a partridge sitteth on eggs and hatches them not, so he that getteth riches and not by right shall lead them in the midst of his days, and his end shall be a fool's. Yeah, so these rappers that died, that got murdered, that got killed, shot, whatever, and most of the time it's by a person that looked just like them. Where's all their riches at? Where's all their gold at? Where's all their cars at? Who do they go to? Do they go to their children? No, they just there's no benefit from it, man. There's no benefit from it. It says, he that getteth riches not by right shall lead him in the midst of his days. So you're not gonna have time to enjoy them riches, them ill-gotten gains, so to speak. And his end shall be a fool. So that's a foolish way to die, man. To be shot in a fucking Waffle House, that's a foolish way to die. That's just one example. To be shot, going around in your fancy car, that's a foolish way to die. To die young and to die, they most likely, they were living a hedonistic lifestyle anyways, man. One that was contrary to the Lord. So what does the scripture say? Basically, those are foolish men. Those are foolish men and women, because there's women there that the Lord dealt with too. Women, so-called women rappers, the Lord that killed also, man. So let's get Romans 2 and 5. And then when you see that going down, man, and we don't really care about these rappers, but we just bring them up as examples of judgment that the Lord is doing at these days and age. We don't really care about these rappers, man. Half of these rappers, most brothers never even heard of them till their death came about. And then we use those examples as a judgment of the Lord. That's why the scriptures say, by the terror of the Most High we persuade men, man. So let's get up Romans 2 and 5. But if thy heart is impenitent heart, trace up unto thyself wrath against the day of wrath and revelation of the righteous judgment of Yahweh. See that? So it all comes down to judgment. Who will render to every man according to his deeds. So they're just saying, the scriptures say, live by the sword, die by the sword, man. So you deal with wickedness. Ultimately, that wickedness is gonna come back get you. You on your music, talking about death, murder, kill. Ultimately, death, murder, kill is gonna come back to you, man. That's just the way it is. You're gonna eat the fruit of your doings, so to speak, man. Let's get Salak. So let's get Luke 12 and 26. Get Luke 12 and 26, and it says, so like that, what I wanted. Yeah, Luke 12 and 21, it says, so he that layeth up treasure for himself is not rich toward Yahweh. You see that? He that lays not treasure for himself, not rich towards the Most High. Why? Because you're not seeking wisdom. You're not seeking wisdom. Let's go to Proverbs 16 and 16. He that lays not treasures for himself, not rich to the Most High, because what are the true riches? We're going to find that out. Proverbs 16 and 16. It says, how much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver. Let's run that back again. It says, how much better is it to get wisdom than gold? That's why it says that he that lives trade for himself not rich to the Most High, because the true riches are wisdom, not understanding, which you only can get from the Most High, man. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather be chosen than silver? So we know what the true riches are, man. So we don't hate, we're not jealous of these possessions that these people have, these Jakes have. We could care less, man. We could care less about their music. We care less about their riches. We don't desire or covet them, man. We just use their deaths as examples of judgment of the Most High. That's what we do. We don't give a fuck, man. We don't care about how, we don't care about a foolish ass Jake flaunting and flossing and then getting killed a few months later. That's his judgment, man. We're not covetous or jealous of their lifestyles or the money or the possessions, because we know we got the greater possessions, or the real wealth, man. That sums it all up right there, man. So now you know why these deaths of these rappers are so frequent, because because the Lord's requiring judgment of them, man, and they're being set up as examples of judgment. So with that being said, man, it's a real quick lesson, a few scriptures. What's that word hope is edified? With that, I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Call Allah Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Brothers, keep on pushing. Shalom.